This is a very unique retreat for us, one that's special because we're dealing with children who have cancer. Many of these kids are in remission, yet others are still within the treatment boundaries of needing chemotherapy, radiation. We realize that the illness or crisis affects the entire family. The real inspiration behind this particular retreat is that families who have been given that same diagnosis are able to create that bond and that sense of family that may not necessarily be there for them in the outside world.
Aetna has partnered with Deliver the Dream to take care of families as part of our mission to really impact the communities that we serve. And it also allows a great opportunity for Aetna to have our employees who want to do some volunteer work and make an impact in the communities they may live or serve. We're not only helping families that need help, but our employees are getting some value and some personal satisfaction about getting involved and really making a difference.
What brought me to volunteer for this retreat is the opportunity to be able to share some quality time with children and their parents that are suffering with cancer and see how I could somehow help them.
Just to give time and hopefully help these families.
Letting go and just having fun, which is something that these children and parents really probably don't have much of.
The next thing we're going to do non-verbally is put ourselves into groups based on the movie genre that is your current, because it changes, favorite.
In a group, you have to figure out a way to bond them so that they're going to be comfortable. People know why they're here, but they're still afraid to kind of share. They don't know if it's safe. So when we break the ice, it quickly develops into an environment that people feel safe opening up and hanging out.
We start to peel back layers and build trust levels that allow these families to turn to one another and truly create relationships of understanding that maybe nobody else would understand in that particular situation.
The ability to meet with other parents who have been through the same thing and being able to talk to other mom and dads about what their child has gone through allowed us to vent or create therapy, talk therapy. There are people who understand the plight that we're going through and they see what we're going through, and we share their story with those individuals.
Some people can come and share to a group of 70 people. Others might need a much smaller forum. So it's wonderful that we're able to, throughout the weekend, provide different arenas that people can find a time to share. In Poison River, they come in and I match all of them into couples. One person is blindfolded and they walk through this poison river and they have to be guided by their partner without being touched. When you're being led by a complete stranger, you have to trust them. How does this correlate to your child and their diagnoses or what you're going through in life? One father explained going through the river how each part of the river was an aspect of life after their child was diagnosed with cancer. He didn't feel he'd ever get to the end, yet you get there and you find these supports and you find these amazing people around you that just kind of show up.
The last challenge we normally give families is called OUT, O-U-T, and it stands for over, under, and through. The cancer journey is very much like OUT. There are some times when you're having to roll in the dirt and just plain get dirty, just like the people that had to go under the rope. And other times you have to be hyper-focused to get through like thread a needle and get through without getting damaged, without getting hurt. And then we have those other times where you're having to go over the rope, and that is a risk. That is a chance you're taking. Can I trust these people? And I love that some of our participants asked for support. Even on something that seemed like you could do it on your own, they asked for support. So we find that the OUT activity is very symbolic of a cancer journey, taking on different roles at different times, and yet making it to the other side safely.
I know the work that we do is extremely important, rewarding, and it works. Because I am a child that went through a lot of what these kids went through. I have a twin brother who went through brain injury when we were teenagers, and it's something I wish I would have had, you know, spending a lot of time in a hospital and then having a sibling that, you know, was different and people that didn't understand. So the way that we do the whole weekend, the way it's designed and the way that all the kids are able to share and get what they need, aside from the fact that some of the families that are here haven't been on a family vacation ever or since their child has had a diagnosis, is so important. They are now in a place that's safe and they've made friends, and now they have this extended family. From their family pal to other families, you can see it when the families walk out the door.
In the past, we've had families write us months after a retreat thanking us by telling us that it truly was the last time they were able to be together as a family, and that it was incredibly meaningful to them to have had that time.
At the end of it all, although my son is sad to go because he's made some wonderful friends and my wife and I have made some wonderful friends, it's not ending. We still go on, and knowing that this organization here is here for not just my family, but other families going forward in the future, because cancer's not stopping tomorrow, and there are going to be other families that will have a wonderful experience when they do come to this retreat.
That's the ultimate accomplishment of what we do, is that families leave feeling like they got a lot out of it based on what they put into it, but also have a great network of other families to connect with ongoing, and having a great set of support systems.
This weekend that we had together truly, for her family and for myself, was life-changing for us. And I'm so grateful and blessed to have that opportunity. She wrote me a note and said, "I'll never forget this weekend. I'll never forget you. Love you. You're the best."
We've taken up to 15 different families, and now we're all together in one big family. And the true mission of Deliver the Dream is to make sure that families can come together and be whole again. And that's what we strive for every time.